Hi everyone, it's me Doma Sherpa. Today we'll be doing our group presentation on Caltex and my rest of the group members includes Suraj Khanna, Sujata Maharjan, Kamalia Kesi Thapalia and Chipton Doma Sherpa. Starting with the introduction of the Caltex, it is one of the Australia's largest supplier of the transport fuels. It occupies one-third of the market share and is only major brand listed on the Australian Security Exchange. According to the annual report of 2014 by Caltex, it says it was a significant year for them. It was a transformational year that built upon the success of the past 114 years and laid a strong foundation for the future.
Caltex, a proud heritage and powerful brand. Over the past 75 years, our look has changed, but the impact of our brand has continued to grow. Formed as a joint venture in 1936, Caltex capitalized on Chevron's Middle East oil supplies and Texaco's worldwide markets, extending from South Africa to China, the Philippines and Australia. Virtually overnight, Caltex emerged as one of the world's truly global companies. We started out modestly and overcame major adversity in our early years. Our brand's fundamental qualities of agility, professionalism, loyalty, customer service, and social responsibility moved us forward in many regions. Like in the Philippines during the 1940s, when our market share jumped 40% as energized employees opened new markets and innovative dealers turned their houses into service stations. And in Europe in the 1940s and 1950s, where we developed fuels and lube markets in Scandinavia and other parts of the continent. And halfway around the world in New Zealand, where we launched boron fuel in New Zealand in 1961. Named in the spirit of the space race, boron flew quickly into Asia and Europe, rocketing sales and inspiring the creation of our Astron fuel shortly after. In 2001, when our two parent companies merged to form Chevron Texaco, later renamed Chevron Corporation, we continued to inspire consumer confidence as a major international brand and symbol of trust. Another thing that hasn't changed since the beginning, our social responsibility to help people realize their dreams. From South Africa to Australia to Hong Kong. Our people are at the heart of a business that spans many countries, all with their own unique Caltex heritage to tell as we celebrate our 75th anniversary.
Talking about the corporate governance. Corporate governance statement of Caltex provides information of the company's corporate governance practice and its compliance with the ASX corporate governance principles. According to Caltex, the company complied with all of the ASX corporate governance principles except principle number 2 and principle number 7. According to principle number 2, a majority of the board should be independent directors. Caltex have disclosed it in the corporate governance statements, which says the Caltex board does not have a majority of independent directors. The picture below shows the principle which they complied and failed to comply. Talking about the principle number 7, which says recognize and manage risk. Business risk is uncertain. It cannot be predicted, but organizations should take adequate precautions to cope with the uncertain circumstances that may arise in the future. We can take a recent example where more than 20 cars broke down on the M4 motorway using Caltex contaminated fuel. And this figure shows the car being towed away after breakdown using contaminated Caltex fuel. It was discovered that the breakdown was as a result of mix of water in the petrol. In regards to the Caltech response about contaminated fuel, one of the Caltech spokesperson told news.com.au that it will fully reimburse customers for any out-of-pocket expenses incurred as a result of the dodgy fuel.
Legitimacy. The following are the Caltech gender diversity of objectives of 2014. Increased percent of female headcount is a 3.8% decrease from 31st December 2013, and maintain gender-based pay difference minimal by the end of 2014. Gender pay differential is mere 2.3% in the favor of male, and increase indigenous headcount at workplace. Despite strong effort, Caltex was unsuccessful to increase number of indigenous employees as compared to previous year. Caltex have mentioned the progress of their objectives in their annual report quite precisely, which is legitimate, but failed to present any additional documents to support their statement.
Caltex is committed performing its job with care. Caltex strives to provide safe working environment to its employees according to Caltex health and safety policy approved by OHS and Environmental Risks Committee. Caltex encourages diversity in the workplace because it maximizes opportunities to achieve organizational goals. Here we can see in the following table the number of employees working in Caltex has been decreased in the year of 2014 compared to the previous 4 years.
This decline is the result of closure of Caltech's kernel refinery in Brisbane.
Community and environmental responsibility. Caltex is committed to its influence on the environment, addressing climate change, being an employer of prime, remaining a salutary group domicile, and continuing to add value to the business for our shareholders. Caltech supports environment research, including air quality, conservation endangered species, community education, etc. Apart from Australia, Caltech is committed to social responsibility overseas too. Compliance with environmental regulations. A total of 19 environmental protection licenses were held by companies in the Caltex Australia Group in 2014 in respect of 2 refinery sites, 11 terminals, 3 marketing facilities, and 3 aviation refueling facilities. Caltex is committed to achieving 100% compliance with environmental regulations and to ensuring that all breaches have been investigated thoroughly and corrective actions are taken to prevent recurrence.